headphone warning.
5,
4, 3, 2,
Josiah, you're not supposed to do podcasts on the toilet.
Yeah, well, sometimes I forget.
Welcome to Roundtable Ranking.
Welcome to Roundtable Rankings, everybody.
I'm Caleb.
I'm
And
Josiah.
I'm with Josiah. And real quick, we got to get it over with. We are Roundtable Rankings. Go on YouTube. Watch us.
Watch us.
Find us at Roundtable Rankings. You can follow us on Instagram, Roundtable_Rankings. You can go on Twitter at Rankings Round. You can find us on Spotify. Roundtable Rankings.
And it's just our name. That's what
Yeah.
we're called.
So search Roundtable Rankings. You'll find us.
You'll find us, probably.
All right, now that
Unless
that's
someone
out of
else
the
has
way.
that name too, and then we'll be under them probably.
Yeah. And we don't have any sponsors, so we don't have to go read any advertisements. So you just get us all the time, 24/7.
It's even worse.
You have to talk. You have to say good things about us, Josiah.
Sorry, even better.
Yes.
There we go.
What are we ranking today?
Today we're going to be ranking vacation destinations. So places that we would like to go on vacation. And this can be places that you have already gone on vacation, but would just really like to go again.
Yes. I have a few of those on my top 5.
I have one in my honorable mentions and one in my top 5.
Oh, okay. But there's also dream spots that we have on our list that we want to go to.
Yes.
So while you're sitting at home during this government takeover, we can dream about going on vacation. All right.
Yes, we can.
And something that we never do before, which we should, Josiah, is decide who's going to go first.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We always come into the podcast and then we go, so who's going first? And then we have to decide in the podcast.
And
which
is never a good thing.
Oh, I've got a bunch of dice here.
There you go.
And I'll roll 2 of them. And whichever rolls higher. So do you want the big one or the black one?
I want the small one.
Okay, small one, and I'll take the big one.
This is a great way to decide.
It's a 6. You can't really see it.
Oh, gosh. My goodness. That was a terrible roll.
And I got a 13.
Okay, so does that mean you go first or second?
I don't know. I'll go second.
All right. So I will start with my honorable mentions. I didn't forget honorable mentions this time around.
Nice.
Oh, yeah. All right. So I have 4 honorable mentions. I know that's like cheating. But places that didn't make the list, but I'd still like to go to. I have Costa Rica. Okay. I have Amish country in Pennsylvania.
That was very fun.
Yes. I have Sedona.
Okay.
Which is in Arizona. And Bali. Which is in Thailand, I believe.
Yes.
Is that right?
Bali is in Indonesia.
That's what I meant to say.
I would also like to go to Bali, so I'm going to go ahead and add that to my honorable mentions, and then continue with my other 3 of Australia.
Oh yeah,
Bora Bora.
Heard of it?
At one point was my number 1, and
that is now an honorable mention.
Is now an honorable mention because I'm indecisive. And then the Redwood National Forest, which I have been to already.
Yes, I was gonna say you've been there.
But I would like to go again. I really like to go again. Camping was very fun up there, very peaceful.
Oh yeah, I remember
love
that.
to do that again.
That was great. All right, so let's get into our top 5.
Top 5.
So I'm starting off with the top 5. I've never been to this place before. I got something in my throat. Can you hear that?
Yep, sure can.
Okay, give me 1 second.
He's got Corona, everybody.
Oh yeah. No, I do not. And I haven't had it.
Yeah, have I?
All right. This place I have never been to before. I have only seen it on the big screen in movies. And I would really like to go and take this journey. And I would actually like to stay here for a few days. But that is the Shire in New Zealand.
Oh, no. I forgot about New Zealand.
You got Australia on there on your honorable mention.
Yeah, but the Shire in New Zealand might have been my number 1 if I had thought about it. No.
Now we know how much time Josiah puts into his rankings.
To be fair, I did do this one right before we started. So. I meant to do it earlier, and then I just forgot.
Yeah, so my number 5 is I put New Zealand in parentheses Shire because I'd love to stay in the actual like homes of the hobbits.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, absolutely.
I don't know if you can. I don't know if that's legal, but
I don't know if you can stay in them. I know you can go in them, I think.
Yeah.
But
I'm sure like tourists they're cashing in off the tourists, so they probably charge you to go in them.
Probably, but still I'd pay.
Oh, heck yeah. And I'm sure the problem is with I definitely would hit my head in those.
No, yeah,
I would not be Yeah, I'm too tall for those. But I would still love to stay there. Now, is there a walk in New Zealand too? Like a hike you can do?
I believe so.
That's basically like their hike to Mordor? I don't know.
I something like that. I'm not sure, but I do know that yeah, I think you're right actually. I believe you're right. I believe I remember seeing something about that.
Or something like that.
But I would fit perfectly in the hobbit holes.
Yes, you would.
Honestly, I should just move into a hobbit hole.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
I would be very jealous.
Oh yeah. That would be the coolest house ever.
Yeah. I know. I've always thought about that. How cool would it be to just dig a hole in the side of a mountain or like rolling hills and call it a house? The hobbits pretty much live in like 5-star caves.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
If you looked up caves on Airbnb, they live in the top rated one. That's
yeah.
That's how it is.
But all right, what is your number 5?
My number 5 is I wrote the country of Scotland because I would really like to go to Scotland. I know it's a very rainy place, but that's okay with me. I'd like to just go to Glasgow, go to Edinburgh, but then I want to go down to the what's it called?
If I went to Scotland, I'd like to go to some soccer games in Scotland.
I would love.
I think they have some big teams.
I would love to go to some soccer games for sure.
I think Rangers, I think is a soccer team over there, and Celtic. Is Celtic a team in Scotland?
Yes.
Or is that the Irish? Okay.
Celtic. But I would love to go to Scotland. I'd love to go to those areas that I mentioned. I'd love to go see some soccer games, and I would love to go to the Galloway Forest area or Newton Stewart area because there is the town of Sorby, and Sorby Castle or Sorby Tower. Sorry, Sorby
Is it
Tower is
Okay.
where my ancestors originally owned Sorby Tower. And
That's cool.
yeah, so the Hannahs, well, the Hannays, but
Oh,
yeah,
the Hannays.
the Hannays, Hannay.
Owned Sorby.
Sorby Tower.
Oh, cool,
Yes.
man. I'm
Yeah.
gonna have to look that up. The other thing, I would like to, if I was to go to Scotland,
Right.
dude, Loch Ness.
Yes, and I would love to go to Loch Ness. Absolutely.
and go swimming.
Yeah, heck yeah. You have to. It's gonna be freaking freezing and disgusting, but you got to do it.
Oh, I looked up Sorby Tower. It's a small little thing. Well, it looks
Yeah,
destroyed.
it's not large, and it is in a state of large disrepair. But actually, the Hannay Society. There's like a society of Hannays now, and they own it again, and they're looking at getting it restored.
Oh, legit. It's
So
pretty cool.
I'd just like to go see it though, because it would be very,
Yeah,
very
it's not
cool
as
for me
big
to
as you
see.
think it would be. I mean, it's big, but
Right. It's not that
I
big.
guess I was thinking more like castle, but it is a tower.
Right.
So,
It's more of a tower.
and I
Yeah.
definitely spelled it wrong.
Hey.
My number 4. I have been here before.
Okay.
But man, I want to go back so bad, and that is Washington D.C. And it's just full of history and museums.
Well, actually, coincidentally, my number 4 is Washington, D.C.
No way.
I have never been
Wow.
there though.
Okay.
That's why I put it on there, because I really want to go to Washington, D.C. I want to go see all that stuff you're talking about, the history, all that stuff. I'd love to go.
Yeah,
Go see the White House, the museums.
Yes, I've been before, and I was in like 7th grade or something like that. I don't really remember.
So it's
what
been
grade
a
I was.
while.
I didn't appreciate it as much as I would now.
Right.
I want to, all the documents and learn about all the founding fathers and see all the crazy artifacts.
Crap, I just thought of another place I want to go. Sorry.
And go to all the monuments. And I mean, it's just, there's so much history there. And I love history. Because I live in California, and we're pretty young. California is pretty young if you think about it, compared to where you're at, Josiah.
That is true.
Yeah,
I have old people here.
Okay. Like 1700s old people?
Yes. You know what? I'm realizing you're not talking about age of occupant. You're talking about just age of area?
Yes. I'm not talking about actual age of people. I'm talking about the actual history in California. History in California there's a lot of history here. It's still the same age as everything else.
Well, yeah, but
there our history was
American, as far as American history in the area goes.
Right.
California's
well, it's
pretty young.
The East Coast has really old buildings, a lot of old of US history, I should say. And California, we have history of Native Americans, which is cool. And we have Native American land in California. And then Gold Rush, but that was 1800s.
Right. Well, yeah, that was the thing. California came after all the other places because it was so far west. We were making our way out there.
Right. And but something actually kind of cool is that when people were making their way west, it's funny you bring this up, we have a family member or an ancestor that Oh my goodness, bless you. It's your allergies, your
Thank
famous
you.
allergies.
Mm-hmm. They're killing me.
Some of our ancestors, we have like letters saved, and they would go out in front of the explorers. And
That's very interesting.
they were in front of Lewis and Clark.
Hey.
So they wrote about Lewis and Clark, and they were in front. And
is that our side of the family, or
no, it's
okay,
the other side.
That's still pretty cool.
Yeah, and so what they would do is they would run into the Native American tribes, and they would learn their language and make peace with them, and trade with them, because everybody else was coming through, and they didn't want them to get attacked.
Right.
You know, their caravan or their expedition. So they would just befriend the Indian tribes and trade with them and stay with them until their caravan got there, and then they would resupply and have dinner with the tribe, and then those few guys would go out in front and they would just go to the next
that's pretty cool. So they just like set up trading posts.
Pretty much, yeah.
That's pretty cool.
And they wrote letters about, like in a diary, and letters to their wives and everything.
Right.
About all the Indian tribes that they met. And they wrote about how all these Indian tribes were at war with one another.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. That's that's cool. That's definitely, that's cool.
Yeah. I don't know. It's kind of crazy. But anyways, that's totally not, it doesn't have anything to do with vacation destinations.
It's nothing to do with vacation destinations, but still cool.
Yep. So yeah, that was anyways, back to Washington DC.
Yeah.
The museums are awesome. I want to go back and see those museums and the history.
Yeah, for sure. That's what I'd like to go. I'd like to go see the history, the museums, to see the White House, go just take the whole tour.
Yeah, the Capitol.
Yeah. I'd like to go. I'd love to go there. And honestly, and I love museums. So even better. But yeah. Anyways, moving on. Number 3.
Number 3, I've never been here before. My wife is half Filipino, and so I've looked into the Philippines, and it is beautiful there.
Yes, I would be very interested in going to the Philippines as well. It's not on my list, but
some areas are better than others, because I heard some places can be dangerous. But if you go to the right spot, where her family's from, her grandparents actually owned a beach.
Oh, wow.
They were super wealthy in the Philippines, and they left the Philippines, even though they were very wealthy there. They left the Philippines to come to the United States, and and for freedom.
Of course they did.
Yeah.
America.
Right. And
America.
They it's cheaper, and it's cheaper there, and the beaches are really cool. The water's clear. I'd like to go check it out.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
That's my number 3.
Cool.
I can't tell you an island that they're from, or
but
like that. But the Philippines, and a nice place in the Philippines, I'd like to go to.
Yeah. Just thought of somewhere else that I should have had on my list. Hawaii. So I'm just sticking that in my honorable mentions real quick. Anyway, moving on. Germany is my number 3. The country of Germany.
Okay.
There's a lot of historic locations, old castles, old if you want to get down to it, I hate to bring this up at Germans, but World War II places, monuments, etc.
That would be more history.
Yeah, more history stuff. And I'd like to go to Eisenberg, that area.
I've heard of it, but enlighten me.
That is where our grandfather, Papa, that is where he is from. That is the area that he's from.
Oh, that's right. From town of Eisenberg?
No, I don't. It's not the town. I think that's the area.
Oh, okay. I do know. So our grandfather. Well, we shouldn't tell everybody. Well, it's too late. They know.
Yep.
The last Nail is the
Yes.
last name, and because they made nails.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. They made nails. And actually, I think the town is Eisenberg. The town is Eisenberg. So I'd like to go to Eisenberg if that's the correct place, if I've got the right place. um, and yeah, I'd love to go there and just see where the family was from and see the history of Germany. I'd love to and go to an Oktoberfest in Germany. That would be cool.
That would be legit.
21st birthday. Goodness.
There you go. Your 21 birthday. I would love to go to a soccer game in Germany too, because soccer's huge.
That's
there.
true. Yeah, go to Dortmund
England.
game. Go to
Bayern Munich.
Bayern Munich. Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard Germany's very pretty and a lot of fun.
Yeah, for sure.
And so we were talking about history, United States history, but man, if you go to Europe or anywhere else in the world, their history
way older.
I mean, you see stuff from Bible times.
Well, yeah, that was the place I mentioned earlier that I thought about was Jerusalem. I would love to go to Jerusalem.
Oh, yes, I wrote down Jerusalem, Israel,
just in general, but yeah.
We're followers of Jesus Christ, and so yes. I think it would be so cool to see where all these events in the Bible took place.
Oh yeah, I would love to go and see where all the Bible happenings happen.
It's too bad they're always at war over there.
Yeah.
I mean, the United States is getting there, but
yeah. We're getting close to Civil War at this point. So
Washington D.C. probably wouldn't be the greatest place to go right now either. But
that's true, actually. Well, of course, right now you can't go anywhere because of COVID.
You have a point.
So
that's why we're doing this right now.
Yeah, we're really wanting to travel, everyone. So if you could stop having COVID and stop fighting about stuff, would be great.
Yeah, I don't know how we're gonna get there, but
I don't either. I think the main problem is the COVID.
Is that a way to just get rid of COVID? Just to ask people to stop having it?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that works.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, good. Are we at number 2?
Yes, number 2.
All right, number 2 is another place I've actually been to. I absolutely love this place. It could have been number 1, but it is Oahu, which is an island in Hawaii. But specifically,
never been there. Want to go to Hawaii?
Oh man, we got to go, dude. But Oahu is that is where Honolulu is, and I think Waikiki, the really popular cities, college town. However, if you go to the North Shore, opposite side of the island, the North Shore is where all these like massive waves are, and it's called go to Sunset Beach or Waimea Bay. That's where we stayed. We went and stayed. Absolutely amazing, dude. Absolutely amazing. We went in the off season. So in season is like Christmas time or winter, right? Because that's when all the surfing competitions are on the big waves. So we went, I don't remember when, summertime. Like right when summer break happened, like day after school, we went. And so it wasn't like super crowded because most people were still in school. So we went and dude, oh my gosh. The beach, the North Shore is amazing. Sunset Beach and Waimea Bay are amazing.
See, I mean, my parents took their honeymoon to Hawaii. Mm-hmm. And I don't hate that idea, honestly, but I would love, I would love to go to Hawaii with the family, go surfing with everybody. That would be super fun.
Oh my gosh. We went boogie boarding. So, okay, I got to tell this story. While we were there at the North Shore, a tropical storm hit.
Oh, fun.
And so we turn on the news, and Hawaii lives off of tourism. So RIP to Hawaii right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we turn on the news, and the news is saying, everyone go home. Don't go to the beach. It's way too dangerous. The 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 rip tide,
Rip current.
rip currents and everything. It's way too much. People, you'll drown. Well, myself, my brother, and we went with some friends. And myself, my brother, and my buddy were on the water polo team and swim team. So yeah, no, we'll be fine. So we run out to the beach, and the beach, there's a bunch of people on the beach. What the heck? Saying to everybody, they're telling everyone go inside. Well, we're talking to people. Everyone, they're natives, right? All these people live there, and they're like, no. Now is the best time to come out on the beach because the waves are going to be huge, and we surf, and they body surf and boogie board, and we had our boogie boards. Oh my, dude, huge waves, absolutely ginormous waves.
Yeah.
My brother sprained his back,
Of course he
almost split in half on a massive wave. I mean, but that didn't stop us. We were getting up, but it was
paralyzed Cole. We're good.
Yeah. We had the time of our life, dude. It was amazing.
Oh yeah.
The currents out there were insane, and it's pouring rain, but it's warm, and it was.
I really
awesome.
Want to go to Hawaii. I gotta say, awesome. I really want to go to Hawaii because, I mean, yeah, all that you just mentioned, it would be super fun to go to that. It's kind of a tropical area. Never really been to a tropical area. Love to, and
dude, you have a riot.
I can't. I want to go to Hawaii so bad. And surfing, that's another thing, is I've only done it like one time. I did it one time for 30 minutes.
Where?
And at Frontier Ranch.
Which is like Santa Cruz, California.
Yes.
And the waves are like a foot tall.
Uh-huh. I stood up one time. So I did it for 30 minutes, and I stood up one time. So that is pretty good.
Yeah, good luck doing it in Hawaii.
No, I'm fricked. But I'd like to try at least,
Yeah.
I'd to rent a surfboard and at least try.
We had paddle boards in Oahu, and we tried to catch waves just already standing up and paddle boarding, and caught one, ate it, and my buddy caught one, ate it onto some coral, and sliced his foot open, bleeding in the ocean. And we're like, dude, get your foot out of the water. Sharks.
Get the shark.
Yeah, and we're like paddling. And of course, we have all these crazy currents, and it's pushing us farther out into the ocean. But
you're fricked.
We thought we were dead. And we've heard that, they attack boards because they look like seals.
Right.
And that's why they attack surfers. So we're like paddling like crazy. We made it eventually, but it was probably the best workout I ever had. My shoulders were massive after that. So I said Oahu, but I've also been to Kauai and Maui. That's where my wife and I went on our honeymoon.
Mm-hmm. Kauai, lots of honeymooners in Hawaii.
Yes. Kauai was, they call it the Garden Island or the Green Island. It's all forest. It's pretty cool, but it just so happened that my wife and I went, there was like 12 inches of rain in one day, and that's like an amazing season where I'm from. Like if we got that, God really loves us out where I'm at.
Oh yeah.
But so they got that in one day and kind of ruined the beaches and everything for us in Kauai, but very pretty. And then we went to Maui, and that is total, like if you want to go and just get an all-inclusive resort and chill, that's the place to go.
That's the place to go.
Yeah. So, all right. So, yeah,
don't hate that idea either.
Long number 2, but
yeah, I mean, hey, it's a good one. It's a popular one, and it's one I want to do really bad. So, My number 2 is somewhere that I have been before as well, but it's also somewhere that you have been before, and that is Croatia.
Oh yeah.
Croatia. So our family is from Croatia. Our grandmother's from Croatia, and we went and visited our family in Croatia in 2000.
Six? Eight?
Six?
I don't know.
I think it was 2006. I think I was 6 at the time.
Okay. Yeah, I think it was 2006.
So yeah, that would have been 6, which is a long time ago now. That's
way too long ago.
12 years ago.
Yeah, we got to go.
And I really want to go back. I want to go see our family, who I tried to friend on Facebook, but they didn't accept.
They didn't like us.
But anyway, I'd like to go see them again if they'll have us. And and then I'd just like to go around, go see Dubrovnik again, go see what's the town they're from? Split.
They're from Kostela Luksic.
Yeah, Kostela Luksic,
which is in Yeah, it's on the Dalmatian coast, and nobody believes me when I tell people this. Like, our family's from the famous place in Croatia, like Dubrovnik, Split. Yeah. Like, that's where all the tourism is. Our family's from there.
That's where our family's from. Yeah,
you're just saying that because that's the only place you know in Croatia.
Well,
no.
And the other thing is, our family actually owns a hotel there.
Yes.
Because of the tourism.
Right. When we went there, there was no tourism.
Right. There wasn't a lot at that.
In 2006, there was zero tourism. And then Game of Thrones decided they wanted to film there.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. Then Star Wars decided they wanted to film there. And everyone figured out about Dubrovnik and Split and everything. Oh, gosh. And now tourism is off the charts in Croatia now. So don't go to Croatia.
But we're gonna.
Yeah, we're going, but you guys can't go anymore. Sorry.
No, don't go. Please stop.
Yeah.
We want to go and not have tourists everywhere. But but yes, the one experience we did have in Croatia was super awesome. I'd love to go. Oh wow, what if we got to go? Nah, that's never gonna happen. Anyway, I was just thinking, what if we got to go during like a World Cup and Croatia had a game? Croatia. Oh, that would be
legit.
I want to go to a Croatia soccer game really bad.
Yes, that would be amazing.
That thing. I also want to go to a World Cup, but that's beside the point. Whatever.
Moving on to number 1.
Go back to Croatia.
Oh yeah, I do too.
And other than that, yeah, it looks like it's time for our other segment, though.
Yes,
our top item in the area.
Just in the general area.
Just in your area.
All right, so I'm going to start.
Define that.
Yes, this is in your area or on your head.
Ah.
Yes. So, excuse the hair. Ugh, man.
Wow, that is
early morning bedhead.
Yes, that is what that is right there.
Yeah. So I have this is a Stanford hat. So my father went to Stanford alum. So every other year we go to the Stanford Notre Dame game. Okay. And it is amazing. Josiah, just to let you know, I can hear you. I can hear you through my headphones on the ground.
Very cool.
Yes. So we go to the Stanford Notre Dame game every other year. And it was amazing. Then they were so good that year, they went to the Rose Bowl. And this is when Christian McCaffrey was running back, and he's legit. And they destroyed Iowa. It was awesome Rose Bowl. I mean, for me, for Iowa, no, not so much. Well, yeah. The game was not that great, to be honest. Stanford absolutely crushed them. But for us, it was fun. So I bought this hat, and the story is we went to BJ's afterwards, and we ran into Solomon Thomas, who ended up being like the number 3 pick in the draft.
Wow.
He might be a bust though. But we ran into his parents, and I believe they're from Africa, and they are awesome people, God-fearing people. Oh man, they were so cool. I didn't get any signatures from Solomon Thomas, but then we found out where the whole team was staying, and we made our way over to the hotel everybody was staying at. So we met Barry Sanders Jr.
All right.
Met Devin Cajuste. And Austin Hooper, and who plays for the Falcons. No, who plays for the Browns now.
Oh, that's right. He does play for the Browns now.
And then also, and I didn't get any of their signatures because I was a little older at the time. I was like, I don't want to bother these guys. And then our buddy that was there grabbed my hat and got it signed by the quarterback, who was Kevin Hogan at the time. I don't know if anybody can see that.
I've heard of him.
What's that?
I've heard of him.
So I believe he got drafted by the Browns, so he's dead.
Oh, if you get drafted, if you're a quarterback and you get drafted by the Browns, your career's over. That's it.
Yes. And so we stayed in chat. We got to stay in chat with Kevin Hogan. And interesting fact, or stats, I should say, is Andrew Luck, who was the quarterback at Stanford, obviously, who's now retired, never beat Oregon.
Oh, wow.
Kevin Hogan, he beat Oregon.
Hey.
Now, granted, he had a pretty good defense, and he had Christian McCaffrey and an amazing O-line and Barry Sanders Jr. And so he had some
pretty stacked team.
Yeah, some awesome tight ends.
Austin Hooper. But I mean, hey, and also we have talked about. I'm actually wearing a Georgia shirt right now, which is
perfect. There you go.
Which is my team, because my dad went to Georgia, and we've talked about if Stanford and Georgia. One time they almost played each other, I believe, in the Rose Bowl, and we talked about if Stanford and Georgia or Fresno State and Georgia ever played each other,
we're
all going to the game. It's going to be a big thing. We're all going to the game. But that's never happened, sadly.
And I always would love to believe that I would love it to be Fresno State, Georgia, when Fresno State has a decent team and could actually compete with them.
Yeah, it would be nice if it wasn't just a smackdown.
Yeah.
Because right now, I hate to say it, but I don't think Fresno State would do very well against Georgia.
I mean, if I don't have anything good to say, I'm not going to say anything at all.
I mean, hey, I love Fresno State. I cheer for them every year, but they're struggling. I think, and hey, they've got a new coach. So this first year with him might be a little difficult, or it might not happen. But
I'm hoping it happens. Yeah. I love our new coach. I've met him a couple times, and I actually got to talk to him. Awesome guy.
I knew a guy who played for him at South Dakota or whatever, Sioux Falls, Sioux City,
yes.
Sioux City,
Sioux Falls
College.
Yeah, where he only lost like 6 games and won the national title like a bunch of times. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then went to Indiana, was offensive coordinator there, set a bunch of records. Kalen DeVore, and now he's the head coach at Fresno State. And awesome guy, genius when it comes to offensive football. Like the dude can. I'm just hoping he can work with the guys that we have. And I mean, if he did it with Indiana, he can do it with.
He can do it, Fresno State. I mean, come on, you got this. You got this.
We got some tough nosed people out here.
And you got a new transfer quarterback in. But anyway,
yes.
My item is this guitar.
Are you playing guitar? Are you learning?
It's my mom's guitar. And
okay.
I grabbed it one day. I wanted to learn guitar, and I grabbed it and started to just try and learn a little bit. And I can play one song on guitar, and that is Hurt by Johnny Cash, originally by 9 Inch Nails, but then Johnny Cash did cover of it, and it was way better. And
it was way better.
And 9 Inch Nails said it was way better. Actually, they said this is now Johnny Cash's song. We don't even claim it anymore. But anyway, yeah, I can only play one song, and it's Hurt by Johnny Cash. It's on this thing right here. It's like a mini guitar, too.
It is kind of small.
All the way big. I don't really know why.
It's not all the way big.
It's not all the way big. It's part big. Not all the way big. And it's just those chords, but I could, and then there's more chords later on. But
So
I don't
that
wanna
is a good song.
Sing on the podcast because that would be embarrassing.
No, that'd be good. But it might make us all sad because that song is so depressing.
Yeah, that song is very depressing, but I do love that song and Johnny Cash.
Yes, I do too.
And
you're right.
So I just wanted to guitar, and it's my
Thank
mom's.
All right, back to our ranking.
Back to the ranking.
All right. Yeah. Number one on vacation destination.
Vacation destination.
Croatia.
There we go.
Yep.
I had a feeling the way you reacted, I was like, I think I might have just said his number one.
Yep. I had to hold it in. But yeah, when we went to Croatia, it was during the World Cup. So yeah, when you said World Cup, I was like, oh yeah, man, we got to go during the World Cup again because
I don't remember it being the World Cup at all, but I was 6. So
oh my gosh, they go absolutely nuts. Everything shuts down. I mean, like the rest of Europe, like the European countries, they just shut down. Parties in the street, drinking like crazy. And I was 12 or 10. In 06, I would have been.
How old are you now? You're what, 24?
I'm 25.
25? Okay, so you are 5 years older than me, so you would have been 9 or 10.
I think I was 11.
11? Okay.
Yeah. Well, if we went in 06, I would have been 11. I might have turned 12 before after we went.
Gotcha.
Because my birthday's in the summer. But yes, I was. It doesn't matter. I was 10, 11, 12. I drank alcohol there. And because you don't have a choice. You get handed a drink and you have no idea what it is. And like, drink up. And my first sip, I about died.
I'll say this. I didn't drink alcohol there, but my dad got some grass whiskey from Croatia, which is something that should never have been invented, and brought it home, and he drank it when he was sick. And he let me try a sip when I was like 7. Yeah. That was the most disgusting thing I had ever tasted in my life. And he's like, now I won't drink.
Now you won't be an alcoholic.
And oh my gosh, it was awful. I hated it. But the one thing I do remember eating in Croatia was Nutella, actually.
Yeah, they have Nutella like crazy. They eat anchovies like crazy.
Oh gosh, yeah.
With everything. That
was so. We had a whole meal where it was just like tons of fish, and they all had their eyeballs in.
Yeah,
and you just ate them.
Ate the whole thing. You eat the whole thing.
The whole thing.
They're like chips.
Wrong.
It's like like in the United States, you go to
getting French fries.
Or it's like French fries, or you go to a Mexican food place and they bring out the chips and salsa.
Yeah.
And they just keep bringing them out. That's what it. Instead of chips and salsa, it's anchovies.
And then we had some we thought were black beans, and it wasn't. It was like squid ink something or something like that.
But that was actually very good.
It was actually good. I
parents
liking that, but
yeah, our parents didn't tell us till afterwards.
Yes,
what we were eating.
Of course, we knew the fish. I didn't eat any of the fish.
Right.
I was like, nah, I'm not gonna touch that.
It was odd because right after Croatia, Josiah developed a fish allergy.
Yeah, pretty soon after Croatia, sure did. So maybe that's why everyone's suspicious.
I just think it scared you into an allergy.
I think that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, but Croatia is absolutely beautiful.
Absolutely.
You should not go to Croatia.
Never. I mean, it's totally ugly. Don't go to Croatia. It's awful. Worst people. Not nice. Not welcoming. No fun. Don't go.
That's why it's number one. It's the worst place on ever. It's the worst place.
These are the top worst travel destinations. That's what we're doing.
The last experience I would want to share is in Kostela Luksic, where our family's from. There's like a mountain behind them, and every year they celebrate Saint John the Baptist Day because they're all Catholic. They're Catholics over there, and so they celebrate Saint John the Baptist. And all the families in the village go up the mountain, and they have their own spot. Each family has an own table. Like they have dug into the side of the mountain, and this table is made out of like stone. And every family has a lamb, and they roast lamb on a spit. It spins.
Yes.
And drink homemade wine, eat lamb, and all the kids have a soccer tournament on the top of the mountain. It is the coolest thing ever.
See, the thing was, I was too young to join in the soccer tournament, so I didn't get to join in the soccer tournament, and I hated the lamb. Don't know why I love lamb now, but I hated it. So that day sucked.
And then someone at every table gets they bring guests up, of course, friends or family from out of the country, and somebody has to get baptized for the whole family. So for our group, my dad was baptized, and not only do you get baptized, but you get baptized in wine. Yes.
How do I have no memory of that? I was 6, so
they take a glass of wine and dump it on your head.
Huh.
Yep. And that's your baptism.
It's pretty neat.
You get baptized. So
I'm gonna go baptize myself here in a minute. I'm gonna
Yep, with wine. Little perfume.
Stain on my clothes, yeah.
Yeah. So Croatia is my number 1.
Croatia is a great number 1. Gotta love it. Great place. Want to go back. Will go back.
Yes.
But my number 1, probably less discussion on this one, but somewhere I've always wanted to go, Northern Lights.
Now, you can see Northern Lights from a few different places, correct?
Yeah, I don't know where, though. So I'd like to go see them. Don't really care where from. Maybe Iceland, I think you can go to. Is that right? Alaska? I don't know where you go.
I know.
All I know is I want to
go. There is a place where they have some super cool, like, not bungalows, but like little hotels or Airbnbs that people have made, and they're beautiful. It's really cool spots. And you can see the Northern Lights from your bed.
Like
they look straight up, and there's like windows, and they're so dope. And
I want to go.
Yeah, so they're really cool. I don't know where they're at though.
I don't know, but I do. That's just one thing I've always wanted to do. Just always love to go sit outside, run a campfire, and just look up at the Northern Lights. Or not even around a campfire. You don't have to do that. It's just whatever. Just look at them. Just be nice, peaceful.
Yeah.
Cool. Just love to experience that.
So, according to Forbes, the best places in the world are usually closer to the Arctic Circle. So that's Alaska, Canada, Iceland, Greenland, Norway, Sweden, and Finland.
Gotcha.
You can also see them in the southern hemisphere, but the Northern Lights are the star of the show, so it doesn't matter.
Interesting.
And when you go to see the Northern Lights, you want to try and find a place where the sky is clear, dark, and free of clouds.
All right.
Mm-hmm. So it doesn't say like
best places to go or whatever, but
they have cruises. They have an Arctic bath hotel and spa in Sweden, which looks like something out of a horror movie. It looks so scary. The outside of it. Yes. The Canadian Arctic, no thank you. I like to be warm, not cold. They have a North Pole Igloos hotel.
Interesting.
Head to the north. Yeah, it's like a glamping. They stay in heated glass enclosed igloos with a glass ceiling roof and glass walls. Yeah, it costs about $105,000 to do it.
Woo!
Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah, not great. Iceland, Hidden Iceland, Yellowknife, Canada, which looks really cool. Staying
That's the place I've heard of the most. Yellowknife.
Not yeah, sure, it's called the Aurora capital of North America.
Okay, well
it's on the shores of the Great Slave Lake. Well, what a name!
Oh my!
You have a 95% chance of spotting the lights, and that's probably why. And then you could see them from a plane.
That would be interesting.
Yeah, that would be very interesting. In Canada, and then you have the Tree Hotel in Sweden. So,
is it a hotel in a tree, or
yes, it's like a massive tree house. It looks awesome. And then you have the Seven Fells Hotel in Finland. It's under $30 per night. So it's insane. I mean, no, they have some awesome hotels where you can see these places.
Absolutely gonna have to do this someday.
Yes. You have the Ice Hotel in Sweden, which looks miserable. This is what I have seen. Kaxlutanen Arctic Resort in Finland.
Kaxlutanen.
Yes, it looks freezing, but they look really. Whoa.
I'm into it.
Yeah, looks pretty cool. They have a bunch of pretty fun hotels.
That's pretty cool.
So, anyways, that is a cool number one. That's not what I thought your number one would be.
Yeah. It's just something I've always wanted to do, and I'd love to go look at it. It would be super cool, super peaceful, super. I don't know.
It would be super.
It'd be super. And I'd love to do it. And yeah, so that's my number one.
That's our top 5 vacation destinations. Real quick, my 5 to 1: New Zealand, specifically the Shire, Washington D.C., the Philippines. So because beaches, I'd like to go on the nice, safe beaches, and it's cheap. Hawaii, specifically the North Shore of Oahu, and then Croatia.
Mine were Scotland, D.C., Washington D.C., Germany, Croatia, and I'd like to go to see the Northern Lights. And
beautiful.
Those are our top 5s, everybody. So thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Follow us on Instagram at roundtable_rankings. Follow us on Twitter at rankingsround. And
Spotify and YouTube.
Watch it on YouTube, though, because that's where you get the video. And let's be honest, you want to see our faces.
Right. Subscribe, comment where you want to go on vacation. And maybe we'll all go together.
We'll all go together. We'll have a roundtable rankings group party travel.
At the Northern Lights. All right. Well, thanks everybody for listening and watching, and we'll see you later this week.
Yep. See y'all later.